Error code 29 can sometimes be a fun one when you're talking about the high efficiency units. That's telling us that this neutralizer is not draining. The two wires for the sensor on top of the neutralizer are back here. You want to make sure that those are not wet. On the bottom side of the unit is the discharge for the condensation. This will go into a tube and drain to the outside of the house. It should not have any type of a water or pee trap in the line. The drain line should go straight from here and follow a downward path out to the termination point. Now, if you're dealing with a new install, it's possible that this neutralizer still has the cap on the bottom, and this is simply filled up, and the sensors on the top are telling the computer, the power control board, that, hey, we're full, we need to do something about that. So, check the drain, make sure it's draining properly. If it's not, and you suspect there is a clog in here, this can be replaced. Now, if you've inspected everything, and there's no water on top, this is not full of water, installation is good. To keep things simple, let's just check and see if we can remove that plug from the power control board and get that code to clear. If it clears, then we know we're going to go ahead and proceed with inspection or removal of this neutralizer. If it doesn't, we're going to replace that control board. Two screws remove this bracket. There's one screw that's far back there. You'll need a long screwdriver to reach that. Also, there is another screw located at the bottom. And one screw that's easily accessible at the front. All right. Disconnect your drain tubes. This one slides right off. This one comes off fairly easy. This one very easy, the larger tube. And the small one down here may need a pair of pliers to go ahead and remove that clamp. One white plug. And then your sensor on the power control board, and it's removed. Now, this weighs a few pounds, maybe 4 or 5 pounds. And if you need to, you can take this outside and run some water through it and shake it up and get it cleaned out, and it'll work again. Now, in the meantime, if you need to get hot water and you're waiting on a part and this neutralizer is the problem, you can connect with a plumbing fitting this tube to this tube, and it'll simply come from the heat exchanger top. Condensation will run down here and drip outside. Now, highly acidic condensation, so you'll want to use care on where this is going. However, the water heater will work in the meantime. Now, to reinstall the neutralizer, the bottom bracket works as a little shelf to support this. And that will allow you to get your first screw started and in there. Once that one's in, it'll support itself. So, go ahead and get these back screws tightened up. Now we can reinsert and reconnect our drain tubes. This clamp up top is easy to open with your fingers. This drain tube just simply slides right over there with no clamp. And the smaller drain tube on the bottom will likely need a pair of pliers. Reconnect your wires. That's it. Neutralizer back in service.